Okay. You're starting a new chapter. Just give me a minute. All right, let's start. Okay, good morning. Let's go ahead. So one head of income is already covered. Okay, income from house property. Next, bacho, we go to a very interesting chapter. Income from salaries. Income from what, bacho? Salaries, another important head of income. If you go again, you'll check the heads of income. The income tax act was distributed in the heads of income. The first and foremost head of income is bacho, what? Income from salaries. Correct? When I talk about this chapter, again, it is a many aspects, many things come into this under discussion. And if you look at the country overall or people at large, most of the people, understand now, most of the people overall around the world also, or India also as such, their source of income mainly is salary income. How many of you around you can check here? And how many around you? They might be doing a job. Isn't it, everybody? Some work I'm talking about some in kind of job or a work in some company or some business organization, isn't it? It can be simple daily wage laborer, small stall, canteen, that worker who is working there, a cook maybe in the shop, a CEO of a startup, or CEO of Fortune 500 companies, isn't it? Whole-time director or executive director, whole-time in employment. Company secretary, we check, but show in your key managerial personnel in the Companies Act. Correct, Elia? Any kind of job, those people are on call centers or on sales who have to go for field visit, any kind of job you can think of. A compounder sitting in the doctor's cabin. Compounder, you know, na? The assistant to a doctor. Nurse in the hospital. What all you can think of. Isn't it, everybody? The corporation workers who are cleaning the city. Yes. So many people are dependent or are earning bacho income from salaries. Clear? So this is bacho your first of all your what should come to your mind practically also. If you look around you, out of the 5 head of incomes, the easiest one is income from salary. Easiest one, I'm talking from practical point of view, or let us say to earn income. To get bacho income from house property, are you aware what should happen? You should have the ownership. PGBP, you should have business or profession. Capital gains, for that you should have capital asset first of all. Capital asset is a big thing. Normally you know what is revenue and capital. So capital asset is a big thing. And other sources is normal. I mean, that is not basically a very great source of income, normally speaking. Again, as I'm saying normally, what are the main sources of income from that head of income is dividend income and interest income. Okay, dividend and interest. That goes mainly under income from other sources. Correct? So any person who starts, the first income which he gets is maybe income from salaries. Is it okay, Delia? So this chapter is mainly about high quantity. You don't have to write on this just from practical point of view. High quantity means what? Very high number of people or too many people are earning income from salaries when I compare to other heads of income. Clear, Delia, everybody? And if you remember statistics, not a foundation, but statistics of our first couple of days of oral income tax, I told you one of the highest number of people who file income tax returns are individuals, and majority of those individuals, their income tax returns are showing income only up to 5 lakh rupees. This much, you remember that discussion we had. If 10 crore people are filing returns, 3 or 4 crore are showing income only up to 5 lakh rupees, isn't it? I think we had that kind of discussion. Clear? And again, if I check the types of returns, types of income tax returns, ITR 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. ITR 1 is mainly for income from salaries. That is filed, you can see again, very high in number compared to others in India. Clear, all of you? Yes? if we have some statistics, I'll just quickly show you. See, this is again for understanding. I'm not going into syllabus, okay? But you should be like ready that what is the importance of this chapter. Just a minute. Huh? स्क्रीन चला गया क्या? अरे, what am I doing? Just quickly showing you some news that you will understand. Check. I mean, this is one of the latest AWA which was available. More than 5.8 crores were filed by due date. Okay. The due date is July. For which type of assessees? Okay. Salaried employees. Can you see here, bacho? Salaried employees. And HUF. Again, I'm saying very normally, very in a crude, raw manner. It is 31st July. Yes, tell you all of you. But if I go into analysis, so almost 5 crore people are filing their income tax returns. ITR 1 I'm talking about. Okay, everybody. So quantity wise, it is very high. Quantity wise, it is very high. So you have in a way, good kind of scope to earn income or to get money when the very basic or starting stages, that you will definitely get somebody as a client who is earning income from salaries. That is one of the easiest way. You look at around your friends, okay? Even if you post a normal WhatsApp status also, you'll get 1 or 2 inquiries that they want to file income tax return for income from salaries, or they want some consultation or consulting, something like that. Clear, all of you? But the problem is, bacho, majority of these salary returns are what? Less than rupees 5 lakhs. So these people don't even pay rupees 1,000 for their income tax returns, because many now IT companies, or you can say software companies, have in a way started filing returns for free of cost, just like Ola and Uber were doing in the market. And a cash burning. So there are some companies in India, they are cash burning and filing returns for free of cost. So majority of people are already filing through their companies free of cost. But other clients you can get who have a little bit complicated some cases. They may have capital gains from salaries also and salaries. They may have house property and salaries, etc. In that case, they require some actually normal human being in front of them, natural person, for consultancy. So can have good clients. I keep clients. I have today only one client. I've left my practice. But my client, or that he's such a good now associate, kind of friend. He's senior to me. But his salary is 70. I think I told you that time. His overall income was 70 lakh rupees. 70. Age is around 56 something, 55, 56 something. So I'm keeping only cream clients. Initially, I should do all the kinds of work. In the salary income, 2 lakh rupees, even if it is a clerk, whatever, I should charge initially 500 rupees in the very beginning. Okay. Then I left those kind of work. I mean, then I have to focus on quality apart from quantity. But to begin with, you can start with quantity. Clear, Delia? The more number of people you meet and do the work for, they refer more and more clients, isn't it? Anyways, let's go ahead. So this chapter is for what? Number of people are high, but their salary income is in general in India overall is low. Clear? Fine. Now I'm going into the next important point or part is income from salaries. है ना? Now, what else बच्चों comes to your mind? Income from salaries. An income to be considered as salary income. You know, actually now I understand if I analyze properly. This बच्चों word rhymes with. है ना? What do you think? Slavery. Income from slavery. Correct? Slavery, you understand? Labor, bonded labor. Anyways, okay? Which you are going to do next year maybe in articleship or whenever you'll earn. Same thing, same concept. What do you call it? Boss ki charter, na? Hai na? Be sweet to your boss. Ask for leaves from a boss. Hai na? Ask for increment with your boss. All of those things. Anyways, office politics and all of that. Anyways, let's not go there. So salary. What comes to your mind, bacho? There are two parties involved. Obviously, for a contract or a transaction or for somebody's expenditure, it is somebody's income. Correct, Leah? So simple. Who is paying who? Who is paying who? Tell me quickly. What do you think? Who is the payer? Very good, Indrajit. I'm going to use the word bacho employer. Okay. And pay a bacho, obviously. Employee. Clear, Leah? Simple. Employer pays to employee. Clear, everybody? Okay, fine. So let us say, bacho, our academy also pays money to us. So is that my salary income? Our academy also pays to us, let us say. Isn't it? Is that our salary income then? Or a hospital bacho pays to a doctor. Hospital bacho pays to a doctor. College pays to a teacher. And college pays to a visiting faculty. These are two different things. What did I say? College pays to a teacher, in-house teacher, and college pays to a invigilator, outsider, visiting faculty. These are two different things. Hospital pays to its resident doctors. The concept is called as resident doctors. And hospital paying to specialist or visiting doctors. These are two different things. Clearly, all of you? So academy paying to their employees is different thing. And academy paying to the teachers can be to or faculties can be different things. Like I said, I was in an academy for 1.5 years almost. So over there, I was not under employment. Okay, I was on it is called as contract basis, you can say. I was not doing a job, 9 to 5 job or 9 to 6 job in an academy. Okay, but I'm just giving you for example. Okay, that way. So how do we define this employer? Who is an employer and who is an employee? Okay, you have to distinguish that, but you understand now. Important. You have to distinguish that very importantly, between principal and agent relationship. Okay, very important. This much you understand. Principal agency, you understand? Tell me. In partnership, you might have heard of that. Partnership law, partnership act. The partner is a principal as well as agent of each other, etc. Correct, Leo? Yes. So, but a very important discussion that this relationship, which one? Employer-employee, okay, and principal agent are not same. Then what is the difference? What do you think? How it is not same? Doesn't employee work for employer? Doesn't employee represent the employer? So isn't employee agent of employer? The answer is no. Simply. But on what grounds? Why do you think so? What makes the difference between employer-employee relationship, employer-employee, and principal agent? Agent has some independence. Okay, Nitin. Employee has no independence. All right. Good, fair point. Authority, he's saying. Powers, he means actually. All right. What else? One of the important bachcho point I'll mention over here, understand. Okay, the difference between employer-employee and principal agent is control. And with control, I'll also say supervision. In which relationship, bachcho, there is higher control and supervision. Control supervision is one thing only, okay? Correct. In employer-employee relationship, bachcho, there is a higher control and supervision on day-to-day basis. Even if you're 2 minutes late, employer can penalize you or charge you or cancel your leave, etc. Or whatever. He'll mark it as half day, whatever rules he can make. There is a component element of independence in principal agent's relationship. There is no daily control and supervision. What time you started work, what time you did work, this and that, nothing. Principal is only concerned with that agent should do the sales or agent should get the work done. How, what, when, that is secondary. And agent may be but given a target, monthly target, weekly target. He may work 24/7 for 2-3 days. 24 hours he can work but for 2-3 days, get the target done, and then the remaining days he can just sleep, take a rest. That is but not the case with employer-employee, isn't it? So a higher agreement will always be there. See, agreement you can do of anything. But what is the intention in that agreement is what we are discussing. Like, for example, just now we saw in the house property, the hoarding can be, the advertisement hoarding can be attached to the building. So does that make it an income from house property? But no. So agreement will be there. And again, we saw in composite rent also, whatever you write in the agreement is not actually important or relevant. What is the intention behind it? That is important. Okay. So employer-employee, but what is the main point over here? There is a higher control and supervision in case of employer-employee relationship. Clear to all of you? Yes. Another important, very important point, bacho. Generally, employee is bound with employer. Means what? Normally, at a time, an employee works with only one employer. Have you seen an employee works for multiple employers? Do you remember any just recent case you might have heard about that? Employee on a full-time employment, still taking some projects outside or working for some other employers is called as it is a very latest news you might have heard, maybe moonlighting. Those who will see video lectures later on in future, you may go and check this. Not TCS, it was sorry Wipro, not TCS, it was Wipro, I think. It was in fact last week's hardly 4 days news, 4 days old news it is. They kicked out 300 employees on the reasons of moonlighting. Now, what is moonlighting? When you are into a full-time employment somewhere, but still in spite of that, you're taking some independent projects. You're working also for multiple employers. That creates a conflict of interest. So you obviously will not be focusing on your job fully. So that clause, this point is mentioned in your employment contract. That if we find you, or if at all we see that you're also working somewhere else, then we can kick you out from the job. Understood earlier? But that is not always the case. Again, I'm repeating, that is not always the case in principal agency relationship. Generally, in fact, an agent can work for multiple principals. So he's not directly bound with the same. But employer-employee bacho is normally bound that only one employer at a time. Again, I said normally. Clear all of you? Can we go ahead? Yeah, fine, Earlier. So what is the again important point, bacho? Then again, other things will be like secondary. Employee, you will pay salary. Agent, bacho, what will you pay? So that is a nomenclature. The name is different. But still, there is also a point. What do you pay to an employee? Do you pay, bacho, what? Commission to the employee? Only commission? We call it a salary. But what do you pay to the agent? That can be his fees or generally commission based on targets. Employee bacho normally don't have those. I mean, the salary is not directly dependent on targets. Even if there is a sales guy, understand? Even if there is a sales guy, salesperson, his salary is divided into two parts, fixed and variable. Are you aware of that? Do you understand fixed and variable at least now? So let us say, but you understand, okay? Rupees 15,000 per month is fixed. Okay. And everything above that is completely variable. Depending on the targets. I'm talking of a salesperson, a sales employee. So depending on target, he may earn 10,000 to 20 rupees, let us say 10,000 to 30,000 per month also. But that is variable. Understood earlier, all of you? That is possible. But at least there is a fixed component. In agency budget, there is generally what? Only fees or commission basis. You make a sales, for a sales, we will pay you. Simple. Or you have this business target for the entire year. Done. See, that is how you should start with the chapter, with understanding what is the relationship over here. Okay. Now we are talking about, but pay attention now. Income from slavery. Okay. I'm saying so much about slavery, you'll stop doing job only in future. And I personally feel you should not do job. Okay. Especially females. Okay. I don't know why. Many girls, they go for job only. You know? But you can do something business or practice or something else. Independence. Anyways, let's go ahead. That is another discussion for another day. Okay. So understand now we are coming under very big difference of types of assessee. In income from house property, bacho, our assessee was owner of house property. Income from salary, bacho, our assessee is employee. Write down this much over there. We had this discussion, Nitin, in foundation. I don't remember. Assessee nahi. Coca-Cola company CEO and Coca-Cola company owner. This discussion we had. That meme, I always forget where it is. I think it is there in my notes. There's photos. I don't remember now. Class notes, something for classes. Where is my folder? Did we have that photo? We have so many memes over here. That memes I'll show you later on. Okay, not now. It's not here. For class. YouTube uploads. No. I should keep it actually there. Education. Education. Do we have that? I don't think so. Fine. I'll get it later on. Okay, leave it. Coca-Cola CEO working 24/7, let us say for Coca-Cola CEO. He gets a salary of something in dollar, whatever, $1 billion, $1 million, whatever, $1 million. And owner of Coca-Cola doing nothing. Yeah, Warren Buffett obviously is the owner. I think he is a shareholder, majority shareholder, I think. Whatever. Doing nothing, but he earns almost 10 to 100 times higher than that CEO without doing anything. Yeah, mainly by what? Valuation, increase in his valuation of the shares, as well as by dividend income. Dividend. Yeah, so ultimately, whatever said and done, yes, a job is a job. Isn't it? Anyways, he is not an owner. He is exactly opposite of owner. Our assessee. Clear? All right. Chalo. So income from slavery is bacho. What are the components in that bacho income? What does he get? What do you think? I mean, have you heard of the word salary slip or salary for a particular month? A person gets a salary, but whenever we say a person gets a salary of, let us say, rupees 20,000 per month, that 20,000 is what? Or inclusive of what? What are the components or parts of the 20,000? Salary? That's it. We will just write salary? No. There are components or breakup of that salary. And those breakup or the points are mentioned something in called that, but so your employment contract or basically offer letter. You might have heard. You might have heard of the word interview, job interview, etc. And the first thing when the company gives you is what? Offer letter. It is not something which you're starting with immediately. It is offer letter. Contract act. Remember, offer. And once you sign the offer letter, it is like lighting a matchstick to the train of gunpowder. Remember that. So once you sign an offer letter, what happens? Your acceptance. Acceptance contract. Which contract now? Employment contract. What? Understanding or no? Everybody. Correct? So what you are given is offer. You are free to choose or reject it. Right? Once you accept the offer letter, then the contract of employment is starting. In the offer letter, the details are mentioned of the job, your work, and the salary breakup. And then we see again lots of jokes about CTC and in hand. Correct? CTC is the cost to company. What are the costs to the company to maintain you or to hire you? In hand means actually cash, how much you're getting. I'll just give you a very simple example. I was given a package that is around 15 years back now of rupees 2.1 lakhs per annum. Just after for time pass for after graduation, I was like, yeah, let's go for job, etc. This and this first job in the life. So they give me a package of 2.1 lakhs. Package means the offer letter mentioned at the bottom, cost to come 2.1 lakhs. Immediately, what comes to your mind? 2.1 lakhs divided by 12. Are haan ya na? Almost around 18,000. Correct? Isn't it? That was my thought. That's simple. I got almost rupees 10,000 per month. And this is cheating, bro. Bad. Very bad cheating. You know? So this is a very big, you can say, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just talking. It can be anything different also now. 6 lakh rupees cost to company, but actually you're getting only 4 lakh rupees in hand for the year. Okay. This is what we will understand in this chapter. That why there's a difference between cost to company and in-hand salary. So what they show you in the offer letter and you get influenced by it is cost to company. But are you company? No, you are employee, beba. Hai na? So what you should ask, or when people get smarter, is what they ask is, bhai, tell me what is my in-hand salary. Don't tell me CTC. That is your problem. What I am getting, I want that. Tell me that. I want, after all the deductions, etc., I want this money in my hand. That is what you call as, or the money which you can actually spend immediately is called as in-hand salary. Simple. Understood, clear, all of you? Because some money will be paid to you after retirement or after leaving, after resigning the job from the job also. There are expenditures to the company also, and there are some incomes, or there are some part of your money going to the government also in the forms of taxes, income tax also. Yes, these things we are going to understand in this chapter. Fine. So salary bachcho overall is, yes, ESIC is there, Employee State Insurance Corporation. Then there is Provident Fund. There is profession tax, PT, profession tax. And obviously then you have other deductions and income tax. Clear? Those will be the majority of the deductions from your salary. That's why your in-hand and CTC are different. Then company also pays insurance for you, life insurance, health insurance, your transport they arrange. Isn't it? So these are the costs to the company. But are you getting these things in cash? No, no. Are you getting my point? That's why it is cost to the company, but not the income to you. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go ahead, everybody. So we are starting with the very first basic section of your income from salaries, charging section. The first section of every head of income is what, bacho? Charging section. Clear? So what does it say? Section 15. Salary, not directly, bacho, salary is not defined. But this is for you and me to understand what is salary. And if it is not defined, bacho, under section 2, then again there is a dispute. Dispute to understand problem. And to solve the dispute, where do we go? Courts. So courts have decided, or courts have given the judgment actually what is salary and what is not salary. And just now, whatever examples you were discussing, you got an idea what can be salary and which will not be salary. So obviously, use common sense, bacho. Who is the income earning person in this example? In both these examples, either employee or agent. Use common sense. Employee's income will go under which head of income? Income from salaries. And agent bacho income will go under PGBP now. Isn't it? Normally. Employees' income will go under income from salaries, but agents' income will go under PGBP, majority of the times. Isn't it? Are ha ya na? Understood or no? Tell me. Now, let's go ahead, everybody. Fine. The salary is not defined. So normally, if there are any kind of issues, for that we refer to case laws. That what is actually salary? So the first one, salary is chargeable to tax. Okay, either on due basis or on receipt basis, But what बच्चों? Whichever is earlier. You know? Due बच्चों accrued? Tell me. Due means what? Did you earn or no? Yes, earned it. Or receipt, whichever is earlier. You worked for 1 month. You worked for 1 month. Did you accrue it or not? Is it due to you or not? Yes. That is due basis. And before working or even after working, you are receiving the salary. In that case, bachcho, it is what? Receipt basis. That is what I mean, actual we're talking of receipt of the salary. Is it clear to all of you? But here we're discussing bachcho, whichever is earlier. Whichever is earlier. Normally in India, what happens? Tell me. Do you get salary before work or you get salary after work? No, in any normal transaction. What happens? Tell me. Do you get salary? And normally you work for the month and then you get the salary. So normally it is due and then received. Again, I'll repeat. Generally the salary are paid on the last day of the month or first day of the next month, or on a higher side, first week of the next month. Clear? Tell me. Are ha ya na? Very well, see like that only. Government employees, sorry, after 2 months, after 3 months.